Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at the fastest team possible in Pokemon Go PvP for the Open Great League. And we're going to have an actual very interesting team in my opinion. We're going to have Greninja in the lead, we're going to have the Say-Swap of the Drapion, and in the back we're going to have our Galarian Weezing. So, Galarian Weezing got a bit of a buff, which in theory doesn't matter for this team here because it's all mainly down to like Brutal Swing that this Pokemon is even allowed to be in here, but still it's kind of nice that this team got a little bit of a buff because this Pokemon got access to Sludge and Sludge got buffed. So yeah, Weezing was Sludge. Actually, it had access to Sludge before already. It just got buffed with that one. So yeah, we are running here a team with the Greninja, which is a must-have, by the way, for the fastest team because this Pokemon is the fastest Pokemon in Pokemon Go PvP, generating 4.66 energy per turn while having a 35 energy move with a Night Slash. Allows you to get to the Night Slash on an average of 7.5 turns. Yeah, basically that you need for it, because the first one is for 9 turns, which is actually slower than the other Pokemon of this team, but the second one you already get after 6 turns, which are 2 fast moves of Greninja, and that is something that is, yeah, not really seen in any other Pokemon. Greninja is the fastest Pokemon possible, generally speaking. And then we have 2 Pokemon that have a fast move that generates 4.5 energy per turn and a charge move that has 35 energy with Awkward Tail, or in this case here, the Brutal Swing. So that's about the team. This is of course not the first time that I actually took a look at this type of team here. And it's not going to be the last time that I'm going to take a look at this type of team, because I enjoy those teams really much, because it's usually funny to see on how many charge moves we can get through every single battle there. Here I was trying to catch a play rough that worked out well, I would say. Of course, didn't work out at all. If we would have caught a play rough here, by the way, we would have been able to easily survive another charge move as well, which would have been cool. But we see already the buffed Sludge is literally, yeah, destroying the Azumarill. As we will see, I actually let the move go through here because I'm not too keen on realignment, because I can go for the full farm down here. They're actually going into their own Drapion, and I will be able to go back into my Greninja now, which can go for some Hydro Cannons against this Pokemon. Greninja resists the charge moveset of this Pokemon unless they're running Sludge Bomb, but still we're gonna try to go for another charge move, but they decide to actually forfeit already. So far so great, and we're gonna start off with a really good lead for us as well with the opponent's Sandslash. Our backline would really struggle against this Pokemon as they have Ice-type coverage plus also Ground-type coverage, and like, yeah, especially the Ground-type coverage against 2 Poison-type Pokemon in the back. Going to be a bit tricky, and this also kind of on how this team is designed here that we are playing. We're going to have a lead that's going to be good against Ground-type Pokemon. Of course, the Sandslash here in this form is not a Ground-type. I actually made recently a video about the Cantonian Sandslash, which got a huge buff this season. But yeah, we're going to have 2 Pokemon in the back that are going to be weak to Ground-type Pokemon. We have the Say-Swap of Drapion, which has the same coverage kind of that Greninja has in terms of Water and Dark-type coverage. So you can bait out potentially Ground-type Pokemon that you can still then punish with the Water-type move of Awkward Tail. Talonflame, gonna go for a Fly here, that's fine. We have to sadly go for a charge move because they're overfarmed by a little bit here. This is going to be, of course, the Night Slash that is going to come through here. I didn't really have too much luck with boosting, but in this case, we didn't really need it. So far, so great. There has been one team that, honestly, I tried out myself today as well, but that was wrecking me twice. I think nearly back-to-back from 2 different trainers, and it might be the team that we're going to encounter here right now. I'm not too sure yet. It is going to be a team that's triple weak to water, which is interesting because we have a Pokemon that's going to be very good with our Water-type coverage. Is it this team here? It is this team. They have Golurk in the back as their Say-Swap apparently here, which is interesting. And I have never seen a team like this. I should have went for the Hydro Cannon most likely there, but it doesn't really matter. Here, I always kind of misplay with my Drapion. I should just go straight for the charge move. Here, I actually went straight for the Crunch. I don't think an Awkward Tail would have been enough damage. Maybe it would have. I'm not too sure about it. I'm not too sure about if an Awkward Tail would be enough against the Golurk. It wasn't a matchup that I was like expecting to see here today. But like this, we're going to have, yeah, basically another Pokemon weak to the Water typing. And what are we going to do now? Claydol is going to be up against us. Our only win con here is to go for a Brutal Swing and try to catch the charge move from the opponent onto our Greninja. This is the only way that we have a chance of winning, and luckily this is working out quite well for us. This is going to be the Rock Tomb as well from the opponent. And now it's down to our Weezing. Can we win the battle? We see the Bastion coming back in here. We are going to be able to go for the Brutal Swing against this Pokemon, but it's not going to be enough, and so we have to overfarm until we have 2 Brutal Swings stored. And we sadly just barely die there. We would have won the battle otherwise, but it is what is. Interesting one though. Greninja against Steelix, I usually just go for the bait and then swap out. There's no way that they're going to no-shield this one. It would just one-shot them basically. And so they know that they win the 2-shield scenario. I decided to just swap out here, have still the Awkward Tail coverage move, which is going to allow us to put the opponent into a range where maybe even Weezing has a play later on. I'm forced to use a shield because they would have access to Earthquake, which we will see here as well. And yeah, that's definitely a shield that was definitely worth it. It would have knocked us out guaranteed. And we're going to be able to realign ourselves, and we're going to get out the opponent's Annihilape. And that is going to be great because Annihilape is a Pokemon that I would love to face with my Weezing, but absolutely would hate to face with my Greninja. And so I can go for a double Awkward Tail to get them insanely low already. And I can go into my Weezing, which can take the hits, which gonna be able to go for the full farm on here as well. Unless it's a Shadow Ball, we're gonna be easily able to take a Rage Fist, as we will see as well. They don't even get to another one, and now it depends on what they have in the back. It's gonna be the Superior, and we can just go for the Sludge Spam, and Sludge Spam it is. We can now even go for the Brutal Swing because let the first move go through. Brutal Swing is going to be a bit cheaper than Sludge, and this will allow us to guarantee win this battle. We can even let the move go through if they want to knock us out, which they can knock us out here. We still have the Night Slash for them waiting, so like there is nothing they can do here. And again, the fastest team is spamming so many charge moves so fast. It is ridiculous, and still a very solid team, which is kind of cool to see as well. And while we have a lot of like similar typings, they still really work well together, especially with the kind of moves that they have. For example, like we have here the lead of Greninja, which is going to be of course great mainly for the water type damage, but it has also of course coverage with the dark type damage, which is kind of okay, but like a Night Slash doesn't do as much damage as a Shadow Crunch, of course. Then we have our Sailstorm, which is a pretend poison type because you have Poison Sting, but like the rest doesn't really have poison type damage. Here we see the same team again. Like what the hell? I have never seen the team before. I tried the team myself, it did not work out at all. I don't really want to recommend it to you as well then, because like I tried the team here for a set, it felt very, very weak. So yeah, against my team, of course, with 2 poison type Pokemon, a double ground team is going to be an amazing team to run. Here, by the way, I would have been in a way better spot, by the way, if I went for the charge move straight away. But yeah, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea where this team came from. Couldn't tell you. Like, let me know down below who did this team, because like I tried out myself, there were so many weaknesses for this team. Like any kind of water type Pokemon was such a big issue. Of course, Greninja is a water type Pokemon, but it's very squishy. Like if you have a Blast, it's gonna be difficult. If you're gonna have a Lapras, it's gonna be difficult, which we're gonna see here as well. So I'm not too sure if I would recommend you the team. It's very likely a creator team. Like I would assume it's gonna be some content creator who made the team there. I tried it out myself, I didn't like it. I just didn't like it myself. But again, if it works for you, it works for you. Like, that is the thing as well. Like, it worked against me because I have 2 poison-type Pokemon. Maybe you encounter 2 poison-type Pokemon a lot of times in the back, then this is the team that you want to run, because the entire team is kind of winning against poison-type Pokemon with a Steel-type in the lead. But yeah, still interesting team there for sure. But yeah, I tried it out. It looked cool on paper. Definitely do understand why this team looked cool on paper there as well, but it didn't really work out for me when I tried to actually play it. So, I don't know. Here we're gonna go for the Night Slash. Can we get the shield? We cannot get the shield. I should have went for the Hydro Can here, absolutely, because I had that stored, which I didn't know, but we still get the shield here anyway. And again, it's this Claydol. Like, why is Claydol everywhere right now? This Pokemon is so strong. And I can go for the Crunch Show and for very likely the Awkward Tail, because they're very likely gonna use a shield. They don't use a shield? Or they have a Clodsire in the back. Okay, we have to play around here. I hope that they go for a Stone Edge, knowing that a Stone Edge would knock us out, and not try to go for the Earthquake. And so we're gonna catch the move here. It is going to be the Stone Edge, which is going to be lovely for us because we can still take it and we can still go for the Brutal Swing Spam. I tried to CMP tie here, didn't work out. They of course win the CMP tie against, we of course going to win the CMP tie against them. I can still go for another Brutal Swing, but they play it very, very nice. Why do they play it very, very nice? Because they decide to overfarm to basically the maximum now. They know that the Stone Edge is going to be enough, and they know that they only need like 2 more Fast Move to get to another Stone Edge, and yeah, sadly, I am not going to be able to outspeed the opponent here. They are going to be able to get to the Stone Age just in time. Well played by them, perfectly played by them. A lot of ground types currently. Greninja against Claydol. Claydol is everywhere. What the hell? I think it's like 4 Claydols in a row or something. Yeah, of course we are going to have a very solid lead here though. Like with Greninja still going to be very solid against the Claydol. Issue is, after a Rock Tomb debuff, the Hydro Cannon is not going to be enough anymore. And they even catch the move onto the Guzzlord. Couldn't get any worse, but I can still get up to another Hydro Cannon for later on, keep the energy, and I can go for the full farm down here. As long as I don't have Sludge Bomb, we're going to be fine. Hopefully it's not going to be the Sludge Bomb, it is going to be the Sludge Bomb, and we can go for the full farm down here in time, which is going to be great. We have a ton of energy, especially if they want to go into a Sandslash. Me going for the extra move here, by the way, is a bit of a mistake, because now they're going to get a ton of energy here. They have now 3 fast move worth of energy, I think. 4, okay, they're only at 3 currently. I can go for the charge move here. I think I messed that up a little bit now. I can still go for a Night Slash. That is all fine. But I have to hope now that I can win this with my Drapion. And yeah, I have to of course use a shield. Yeah, it's going to be very likely the Rock Tomb. It is the Rock Tomb, which I maybe should have rather let go. Yeah, I think I should have let it go. I overfarm by quite a bit, hoping I can farm down. I cannot. And now they need 2 more fast moves to go for 1 charge move. And I swap out here, but they of course try to go for the drill run, so that was a bit of a silly mistake there. I basically tried to catch Ice Punch, but they of course gonna go and try to go for the drill run here, and I lose by 1 HP. I could have won this most likely. I could have won this if I played it a bit better. I needed to catch the drill run, not the Ice Punch. My mistake again, and we can move on to the next opponent. We're going to have here as well the Lapras, which is in theory a great matchup, right? Kinda. Like they can of course bait the potential of Skull Bash, which I have to respect, where I have to go for a shield and they can go for the Sparkling Aria, which is gonna be the bait move there. Here in this case, I think there's something funny happening as well. You see me here trying to click on the Night Slash, but it was a CMP type, so the fast move shouldn't go, the charge move shouldn't go through. But it went through. I would have never went for the charge move here if I knew that this was a CMP type. Like it's just annoying because now I would have been able to get a ton more energy against the Lapras. Would have been able to get the shield against the Morpeko. And it would have had now a 1 shield versus 1 shield scenario, not a 0 shield against a 2 shield scenario at this point, which is really frustrating because if this kind of bug didn't happen there, that it was like a back-to-back-to-back CMP type thing, I would have been in such a better spot here. And as we will see, I can still go for another charge move, but it's just not really looking good for us. They can let the move go through and we can KO them, but I would have had already the shield down from the opponent, and then there would have been not really an issue at all here. I would have won the battle at this point immediately, basically. So I would actually put this game here, this game loss, down to the game functioning a bit weird, because you should not be able to go for a CMP tie that you lose then with a Lapras and get the Night Slash off afterwards. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But that completely lost us the battle here, sadly. And it is what it is, but we can move on to the final battle for today. So yeah, I don't think I had the best of luck with the team. That's the thing as well. This team definitely benefits quite a bit from luck. You have also Night Slash on the Greninja, where we haven't seen a single boost at all. And yeah, again, we didn't really have the matchups that we would have really expected. There was very weird teams that completely hard counted us. And with that, I also didn't play every battle perfectly fine either. Like, that's definitely something that I don't really want to take away from that as well. Like, there definitely were some battles I could have played a little bit better for sure. But as we'll see here, we're going to have the Ariados going for the lunge, dropping our attack. We have still the Awkward Tail that can come through. We're going to get the shield from the opponent. And we try our best to go for another Awkward Tail here. That does not work out. We can let the move go through here from the opponent. It's going to be the lunge. And as we will see here, it is going to be the Greninja that can go for the Night Slash. This is going to allow us to get the KO or the shield. I take the shield actually, because now I can use the shield as well to get my energy against the opponent. Cross Poison is coming through again, and they have the Claydol on the back. This should be the right play for me, right? This should knock them out here, hopefully. The Hydro Cannon is going to be able to get them low. Please don't have Scorching Sand. Currently, people are running Ice Beam and Rock Tomb mainly. Of course, they have Scorching Sand. Of course, they one-shot us. And yeah, this is going to be it for this video. Bit of a bitter end there, but it is what it is. Hopefully you enjoyed it still. This is the fastest team. I think it is better than it showed here. I do think it is better than I was able to show it here, but it is what it is. Hopefully you still enjoyed, and I will see you then. Bye bye.